Our final video lecture for cartography has to do with map layouts. And layouts is where you work on your cartographic output in geographic information systems, particularly in ArcGIS. So let's distinguish first between the data view and the layout view. Up till now, you've been working almost exclusively within the data view. Your table of contents, we're looking at ArcMap, and we can actually work with all our features, changing their colors and symbology and doing all our analysis tools in the data view. In the layout view, we actually think of it as the page, the map page. And so now we're starting to take what was done over here in the data view, represent it on a page for cartographic layout. So map elements, we talked about these already. Title, legend, you might have an inset map that shows where you're located. Another locator map, right? Sometimes these are called inset maps. There's a north arrow, a scale bar, sometimes a logo, the main map itself, a border, or what we called neat line before, and lots of other things you can put on here. Now, in this particular case, we're following the visual hierarchy of the map being most important, but as we read from left to right, we do see the title here and then all the legend information's down here. We also see the location, the projection, the scales written here, the grid interval, other things. If you can remember back to what common features we find in a map, the cartographer and source information could also be down here in relatively small font. But these are the main map elements that we work with. A legend and a scale bar are critical. The legend that you pull in ArcGIS for your layout view is generated on the fly from whatever legend information is in the table of contents of your map view or your data view. And of course, the scale bar is going to change based on whatever your data view scale is at that time. So when we bring data all together, we've got text and graphics. There's a north arrow on here, the scale bar. We've added pictures. And don't be shy of adding pictures to your maps. There's something really useful of having visual elements that people are used to also show up on maps. It makes for a really nice, beautiful cartographic layout. Arranging those map elements on the layout view, you actually have rulers and guides and grids. You can actually create these lines so that your features will snap to exactly the same spot everywhere on your map, which is really useful for lining things up. And remember, there is the original tools toolbar that lets you zoom in and zoom out on the map or the data view. But for the layout, if you're imagining a separate page, the actual sheet of paper that your map's being produced on, you want to zoom in and out on the page, not on the map. So make sure you use the layout tools for navigating the page of your map. We also have data frame properties, so we can actually put in different borders. We can clip out custom shapes for our map borders and insert them so they fit in nicely. In this particular case, we've included the graticule lines, which are the latitude and longitude lines that show that level of distortion across the map. And they show where they line up across the entire United States in this particular case. So lots of really interesting things you could do with borders and backgrounds, the grids, even putting a drop shadow around the background of these boxes. Of course, we've done this already, but exporting maps to other formats to be able to add them to other documents. So map exported as a TIFF file inserted into a Word document. Could be a JPEG or something like that as well. So exporting maps once you've created them. This is all stuff you're going to do in the cartographic lab this week. So have fun with it. Use all these tools and techniques that the lab shows you and that you learned here in these lecture slides. And enjoy being cartographers.